Hello everybody. Angie here. I am coming on to do my Make from Marguerite Miller Collage Challenge 2026. I am still catching up, but I am all the way up to week 7 already. Getting closer. I am working out of an old receipt book here, and it's pretty good size to do these collages. So yeah, let's get this going. How's everybody doing? I sure hope everybody's doing well. I have got for week 7, the prompts are a color swatch or paint sample, a quote, something noisy, something that looks, something that's dark, musical instrument, and for a bonus, lines. Okay, got everything except a quote, but I have this little roll of quotes here, but the quotes are really small. Okay, so I'm just gonna, unless in the process I can think of where my other quotes are, I will grab one of those. But otherwise, I'll use one of these, okay? Now, let's do the color swatch first. I have a piece of watercolor paper, and I thought we'd just do a color swatch with some watercolors. Just real quick and easy. Okay. Some water here. And I'm looking at the pieces I've chosen. They're pretty neutral, I guess. Let's do a pink. Let's do a red. That color's pretty saturated in there. All right. And then let's just do kind of like the primary colors, I guess. Let's do a blue and a green. I think I could fit 4 on here. Okay. Oh, actually, let's do purple. A little bit darker than blue. Perfect. All right. We're going to let that dry while we work on the other pieces, okay? All right. Now, I grabbed some scraps for background, and I just grabbed a handful of what's in my bag. Here, got some brown and pink and green and blue and purple. So let's kind of tie in a little bit. Maybe we'll use a little bit of the purple, a little bit of the pink, maybe that mauve-y pink one. Let's do the brown, maybe the gray. All right, let's just cut a few pieces of this. I like this mauve a lot. Oh. And let's use a little bit of the pink. I just sneeze. Excuse me, guys. Pardon me. Okay, we got a pink. I don't want them all to be the same size, so I'm just going to cut them down. Use a couple pieces of the purple. Use that brown. Maybe some of this gray. See how much we need. Okay, that should be enough to cover the background. Let's see what we've got. I'm going to use glue stick. And we'll start with this big piece here. It's a little. And I'm just putting it down, guys, okay? We're just going for it here. Okay. Using what I've got. Let's get a piece of pink in there. We'll put the solid colors first and then go over it with the printed ones and the other elements to make it balance out. Okay. Let's not waste that little piece. Okay, now we can start putting these ones on top. And as a matter of fact, let's just give it a little bit of a different shape. So let's just kind of go around it with a little waviness here. Got to give our eyes something else to look at. Okay. There we go. Bring it down here. Okay, I like that. And let's do the same with this. And we're going to put this one up in the corner here. All right. Maybe a little bit more of that gray. What do you think? And let's do the same thing. Little wavy lines. Do you get that right there? That'll work. Good way to use up some papers. Okay. So we don't even have one of the prompts in there yet. That's just the background. Okay, and that's not quite dry. A couple more minutes. All right. So let's move to something noisy. I have these 3 stickers. A lady on a telephone. Telephone can be noisy. She's doing singing, karaoke, that's noisy, and then she's got a megaphone, and that's noisy. We don't have any blue, so I'm thinking maybe use the blue because that will tie in with the swatch, but we'll see. We don't have green in there either. but I think any of them will work. We've got red and blue. Something that's dark. Ooh. I didn't, oh. Something that's dark, I grabbed this little piece of music page. Black is dark. Okay, that's what I was thinking. So we'll put that in here somewhere. Yeah. All right, so that's something dark. Lines, I got this little piece of scrap paper here. Thought we could use that for the lines. Maybe just do something like that. And this has lines also, but musical instrument, I grabbed two little tiny fussy cut pieces here. I've got a piano. And I'm sorry it's green, but we got to work with that. I printed these out on a bigger sheet, and my ink wasn't printing the right, correctly, so it came out green. But I didn't waste the ink, so I kept them. Okay, and then what is that called? I forgot the name of that. Oh, it's like an old style record player, I guess. So that's an instrument. And then a quote is all we need left, and the swatch. It's still not quite dry, so we got to get that in there somewhere. And I wanted to, let me move that to the side and grab my markers. For something kind of to tie in with the something dark, I thought I would just grab a black marker. Let me just grab an extra piece of paper here. And we just kind of trace around them. Or maybe I don't need to have it neat. We could just do it kind of rough. And kind of block the colors out. I think that would be nice. Yes, I like it. Okay, now let's bring this back in frame. And we've got to get this down somewhere. Now that I've got that pink, we've got a lot of pink, so I think I'm going to try and cover up a little bit of this pink. Don't need quite so much showing, I don't think. Kind of big to me. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Takes up a lot of room. Okay. So let's put that right there. Okay. That'll work. Where's my... I'll go right there. And just that fast, oh, here it is. Lost my other piece of paper. Oops. Gluing everything together here. cover up a little bit of that pink. It's kind of bright. All right. Come on, stay down. Okay, so we've got color swatch, something noisy, not yet. Something dark is the black print. For a bonus is lines, that's on here, so we still need the quote. And we need the musical instruments, so let's put those down. I think I'm sorry to kind of stick in there. Put that right there. Speaker player. I don't tear it first. Put that right there. Okay. Okay, and a quote, and then the something noisy. So let's choose which girl we're going to use. I'm kind of liking the microphone just because we have the music sheet paper in the background, but I'm kind of liking the red as well. I'm going to go with the red. And these are just stickers, so I just got to pull off the back here. And a quote. So I'm just going to use one of these, and this is, I haven't even used this yet. So let's find the end of it, which I don't know where it is. So we're just going to grab one. Let's see. Let's grab a gray one since we've already got some gray in here. Or, well, let me look at them. Remember that every day is the best day of the year. Though she be but little, she is fierce. Dissatisfaction with oneself is one of the fundamental characteristics of any talented person. Oh. Pause your thoughts and learn to listen to what you feel. So often we're not as blind as we are numb. Love all, trust a few, do wrong to none. A good head and a good heart are always formidable combination. Let's go with that one. Put that right there. And then to finish it off, I think I'm going to bring in a little bit more black for something dark. And I always mess up doing this, so I'm going to try and go slow. I feel like we need to bring a little bit over here. All about balance. And I think that looks pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, I like it. There we go. All right, guys. Week 7, a color swatch. A quote, something noisy, telephone ringing. Something that's dark, we've got black print, and we did black around the swatch. A musical instrument, we've got a piano and a record player, and for a bonus, we've got lines. So we've got this line paper in the background here, as well as lines on the music sheet page. All right, guys, so that is what I've got for you guys for week 7. Week 7. Quick and easy. Okay. Hope you guys liked the make today. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. As always, take care. God bless. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.